everyone! Welcome into another episode of Last Protagonist Plays Path of Exile 2, the failed combo breaker run. I hope you guys are doing well. On yesterday's stream, I spent a lot of time testing out a bunch of skill interactions before I found something that I liked. And as a result, I did not make very much campaign progress. We went into a couple more regions of Act 4 and whatnot. But other than that, yeah, just mostly skills testing and all that. So we did finish off Act 3 as well, which is why we're in Act 4. I forgot to mention that part, but I did get a couple of different gloves. We got Valiko's Vice yesterday, and it doesn't work as well as I was hoping. Going from lightning to cold damage is a little bit of a bummer. I'll probably stick with Grip of Winter for cold shenanigans, freezing stuff potentially. But I also have Idle Hands that I wanted to test. Oh, I can't use this yet? Okay. So, I managed to pull this out of a Reliquary Vault. To do cooldown recovery. You're on low mana when at 50% of max mana or below. Wait, what? I wonder what low mana shenanigans there are. I don't really think there are very many. But this wouldn't be very hard to maintain. So more attack damage is pretty damn good. Hey Rat, how's it going? Gloves are always nice. Indeed, especially when you can make them all cool and different. Yeah, my other weapon's much better. Ooh. I think it might be time to switch to this. So how's it been going for you, Rat? What have you been up to? Still playing Destiny? You got your old Pantheon team back together to do more raids and prep for the Pantheon too? Nice. Did you get Godslayer the first time around or no? Don't remember. I just remember kind of being on fumes at the end and barely getting it done. You did get it? Never taking it off? Hell yeah. It's kind of how I feel. The title is so good.
Outsider, approach me.
Where to?
Bro, trying to explain to people how to do planets is always a bit
Belay that order.
annoying. Damn it, I don't remember which one I did. I did the prison and something else. Something shorter.
Here we are.
Oh, okay. Strike Island, of course.
I'm on it. We made it.
Time
We
to
shouldn't
get
be here.
delirious.
This place hates. Okay.
I do like that as you walk away from Khan, he's like, okay, just screw me then, huh? Complains that we don't listen to him. Oh, right. We don't chain anymore like we did. Planets was the worst. A good runner-up for worst counter was Caretaker because people don't know shapes. I don't know. Riven was also really bad. Caretaker, like, people just got it wrong. I don't really know why they got it wrong so much, but... Gotta go with Belt. You could get a Mage Blood. Ain't no way. Oh, he's armored. That explains so much. hell is that? Why is it so big? Really need some shock burst rounds or something. What did we get? We got a wide belt. Yeah, I think I was starved on supports. You guys relearned Riven the legit way just for fun? My condolences. Hey, Without Horns, nice to see you again. How's it going? Yeah, my supports were all messed up, right? Did I just not do it? Okay, I do have one of those. I need armor explosion to be strong enough to break it to kill enemies. It's still going to be way too early in the game for that, I think. I don't have chain anymore.
Reveal your worth.
We're swapping those out. Right, we're gonna put on multi-shots. Wait, multi-shot too, right? Or we have a better chain, I think. There's only chain one. There's chain two.
A map, but it's incomplete. So I do have that all on galvanic shards. I guess that kind of makes sense for that. You know what? Yeah, let's just do the Herald stuff a little bit more. Hey, Malazer, welcome back. How's it going?
Welcome.
It was actually pretty decent for this point in the game. I guess the move speed is a little bit low.
Done. Do come again.
Would I compare this game to more early Diablo or later Diablo installments? Thinking about picking this up. So for many D2 aficionados, they say that this game actually feels like the evolution of Diablo 2. Obviously, Diablo 2 didn't really have as much of an end game and stuff, but if you're a fan of Diablo 2, it's more like that. This requires a lot more brain power than D4 from my understanding, and I don't know enough about D3 other than Auction House Bad to give you a proper take. I only ever played Diablo 2 though. That was like last year. Alright, because I do have two on. Guess I could take this one off, but let's just keep...
Yes.
First I did that. I used the one in the stash. No? Huh? Didn't I just make it? I'm chipping. Keep that in there. Dough. Thought I had a third one. Wait, no. I wanted this... I know what the issue was. I wanted Runeforged blades on that, kind of. For certain things. Wait, this isn't a lineage. I could just get multiple ones. No. Rat, you're more of a D1 fan? You haven't really delved into Diablo 2? Glad there's more thinking involved in this game. I might be underselling it. This isn't as bad as Path of Exile 1, but their builds are very involved, hence me just doing a lot of micromanagement just now. But there's a lot of freedom in skill expression in the way that you make your builds. Both to the game's benefit and detriment in many ways. Like, a lot of people don't want to deal with it, so they just outsource their builds to other people. Which is good for content creation, I guess. But I kind of wish that people were more willing to figure it out on their own.
The mighty fall.
Wish I had a bit more spirits. I like having the companion, but honestly, I might be better off without it right now. Wait, I know what my issue is. I'm not actually breaking armor with anything. Duh, I switched weapons. Don't know how expensive the runes are that I need. Let me check. Disintegration. Oh, they're pretty damn cheap. Okay.
Let's see if there are any takers.
That is going to be a bit of a buzzkill. So then maybe I won't put it in this after all. I'll just have these. And then we'll stick to the Mist Whisper. The armor-piercing rounds will be going crazy. Let's see how the Galvanic does. Wait. I have the wrong crossbow out. Do I? Why is its armor not getting broken? Oh. Well, okay. Figured out the problem. I'm the problem. Huh? Oh, right. Duh. Crossbow crap. I was firing with the wrong
fog
weapon.
here is thicker still.
Don't come near the
I
circle.
must not lose my way.
We're doing companion shenanigans, of course. Might want to go for this now. I don't have a jewel on. Well. Oh, I could do Shard Scavenger in very specific moments, I guess. Do the weapon swap tech. Actually, okay, that makes the most sense for real. Why haven't I thought of that? This will be set 1 only. Right, Herald device is staying on. Companion's going on and off. Perfect. Alright, we should be set up very well now. We do get the shard scavenger buff, that's fine.
Take cover.
It's gonna blow. Trying to fix my ammo. It's gotta be this way. This area reminds me of going to fight the Brine King in Path of Exile 1. Which probably isn't all that surprising. I almost died. Actually, I would have died if it wasn't for the ward.
Not yet.
Do not believe his lies.
Your curse does not bind me.
Got that down. That was a little bit sloppy. I might want to put the grenades on the other slot, but they probably deal more damage. But then I'm losing out on damage without the companion. Yeah, okay. I just need more spirit for real. Should probably buy something. Let's just buy a crappy amulet. What level am I? 47.
Might break for lunch soon.
See if we can get anything super good for us. Don't really need cast speed. But,
This one's pretty good. We'll do weighted some. Resi. Seems pretty good to me. Alright, now we have the best of both worlds.
These ancestral totems are a menace that remain from ancient days. They gather a cursed fog, and we cannot stop them or break them. If you come to this place and have any idea how to destroy them, please do. Tabakai, chieftain of the Tukuhama tribe.
I really like this because essentially what is trapped here is an Eldritch deity who is disguising himself to play with our minds. And even the letters on that plea there get altered after the fact.
Is that you?
Yes, it is.
How long
Long
if the dream?
and it is. I will
Ailey.
please hurry. My boy is.
So now we need to go back to King's March, get the runes. Then we'll free her.
Freya Hartland calls to mind Renly's.
Oh, that's what would happen, I forgot. Rat, did you hear the news about California and kind of their stop killing games thing?
Time to free this.
They passed a law, essentially, that's kind of like stop killing live service games. Or allow players to mod it and keep it going themselves. So, I guess even Destiny 2 would be affected. Not that I really expect the game to die completely.
I hope you enjoy my party gift. I'll see you soon.
I cannot. I fear I've made a grave error.
Yeah, it happened either today or yesterday. And obviously that's a terrible summarization that I just did, so... Could be missing some details.
I've forged a few fineries. I think I know someone who needs this.
But I imagine companies might just not care.
Survive.
And let it get caught up in court anyway. If they could only bring back the earlier DLCs, I know, right? Like, oh, I still can't believe what they did with all that. Granted, it was before my time when I played Destiny 2, but had that happened to me, I probably would have been like everybody else, swearing them off.
We've arrived.
Land ahoy.
I always wanted to get like those golden shaders from the Leviathan raid. Okay. I think I see an issue here. We're gonna keep Galvanic only on weapon set 1, so that way I can continue to break armor and freeze and whatnot. I almost died.
Back to the soil. People once called this place home. Where have they gone?
On June 9th, they're bringing back some Leviathan raid bosses, so you can actually get the rewards only in Pantheon 2. You're trying, Rat. I respect it. I mean, I really don't have too much against Destiny. I feel really bad for the employees of Bungie with the terrible management that they've had to suffer for so many years. But I was very happy to kind of sunset my character after the final shape. Unless they came out with a Destiny 3. Joke is on me.
A predator prowls in the deep. And now it comes to be. I cannot.
He really hits my monkey.
Let that be the end. This may be of use to someone.
Gotta pick that stuff up. I don't care about it anymore. Hey, Stella, how's it going? Is that Temu brand of sacrifice on Health Orb? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, this? So this is our Runic Ward, which kind of acts as our secondary health bar.
Foul creature.
So right now I have 760 life and 239 ward. And this little bar filling up on the side is my energy shield. Rat, you can't believe you live in a time where Half-Life 3 has more of a chance coming out than Destiny 3? Half-Life 3 already came out, bro. It's called Half-Life Alyx. Hate to be the bearer of good news.
Yet more destruction. A tragedy indeed. Back to the soil.
I'll use the face breakers. I need to find the other mini boss here. The guy that I'm about to fight used to be a unique enemy in that it wasn't used elsewhere, not like a category of unique enemy monsters. But ever since the new league launched, they've used the model in their expedition stuff, which I find interesting. Really excited for Acts 5 and 6. I was kind of thinking that they might introduce them in the endgame rework, because it would have made a lot of sense to me, because the acts bring in a lot of base monsters and base maps. It would have gone in super well with the endgame stuff. Alas.
Nothing worth having comes.
Wait, it says temporal bubble. There actually is no bubble on that dude.
Vanquished. I'm unable. I cannot.
I got him.
What was sealed now opens.
Got Choco kicked. Here we go.
A monstrosity born of sand. From sand you came, to sand you return. That melody hides teeth, yet it beckons me.
Just wanted to double check to see whether or not the clan boss counts as a skull thing for facemakers. I wonder if exploit weakness stacks with the other consumption of armor. Assuming not. Exploit weakness is really good with fragmentation rounds because you already have like the 700% increased damage from breaking a frozen enemy. So if you manage to break and consume their armor with it, it's just a hell of a lot of burst damage. But I'll need greater jeweler's orbs to test that.
Ambush.
Oh, found the clam.
Back to the soil.
Wait, it didn't give me the pearl? I didn't open the thing, did I?
Could be of worth to someone. Rob, perhaps.
I wonder if they deliberately made that clam give 69 gold. I don't think I ever really paid attention to that before.
This brood is allowed to hatch. The island will soon be overrun.
Right, so I screwed up. gotta be that. Watch it. Probably gonna go the wrong way again. Okay, now we're good.
These poor souls. They've been petrified.
Alright, content warning, guys.
Have you come to join, my beloved?
You will join them!
Your song will not sway my conviction.
And it will last forever.
Demon of songs? Something like that. It's a demon who sings songs. She's also a little bit naked.
Admire me!
Damn it! No! No! You didn't know they're copying Dark Souls 2 in the year 2026? Hey, this game isn't even out yet. I was gonna say they actually copied it in 2025. Actually, Act 4 might have come out in 2026, you might be right.
Get out of it! You'll drown!
I did die to her once from the drowning orbs, but in my defense, the drowning orb that got me was invisible. And I wasn't paying enough attention to the outside of my screen for the HUD to go all frosty.
Talamoana, young man.
Wait, did I get the shark fin? Okay, I did. FromSoft holds all the intellectual rights to any demons that relate to music. Not so sure about that.
You want to take them?
Maybe frogs. Wait, was there a demon in that one Disney movie with the princess and the frog?
We've arrived.
No. Or is that all just voodoo?
How can I help?
Talamoana. What's this? Now we're getting. Where to? Hard to port!
Probably both.
We've arrived.
Ah, my friend.
As you wish.
Demons can be voodoo, right? I feel like it's a little bit different. Voodoo Man sung and a few dolls, but that's it? Okay. I never saw the princess and the frog. I almost said the princess and the bride. But a bit of a different thing, isn't it?
See you.
Talamoana. Wait! Though you have done.
Armor applies to LE, deflection, begins evasion, energy shield recharge. feel like these are stats that you just can't get easily. Rakiata's lesson. I only know about her flow. Rat, if you had a nickel for every FromSoft game featuring a singing demon, you'd have 2, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of weird that it's happened twice.
What can I do for you? Oh my. I accept this. Consider this kind. Good day.
I don't know if Kuon has any singing demons. There might be more. Yo, a spirit chest.
Fair enough. Bye then.
The Princess and the Bride, the Yuri version of the Princess Bride. What's a feminine name for Wesley? Wesleya?
Yes.
Where's her girl?
Ahoy.
Good day. Where to?
Let's go to
Half sail!
the Eye of Hinakura. We'll deal with Yama while we're still pretty overpowered.
Martiki has already gone inside. the
Although,
yard.
I guess I'd rather deal with Yama a little bit underpowered than have to deal with Krutog underpowered. And Krutog is so wonky, he probably gives the Skeleton Man a run for his money in terms of jankiness and hitboxes.
We call this.
Following threads and grasping for meaning. The path he
Wesker? Hey Chadwick, how's it going? Just have the same name? Maybe.
Even in death, they fight with honor.
Now we test your mettle. Rise, warriors of Namahu.
Stella probably has it right. Wish we could tame this dude. I wonder if Spirit Walkers can do it. Okay, I would have died. My word saved me.
Back to us. Namahu smiles upon.
I'm so sad that they
Upon your strength.
heavily reduced the movement speed penalty reduction nodes. 0.3, I was zooming because of movement speed penalty reductions. Felt so fast. Meanwhile, Roa is still in the game. Wait a second, Roa is still in the game. Would Roa synergize with the martial artist? Not like the skill gem itself, but I could do spear and bow stuff. Yeah, it would synergize extremely well with the current setup, just because Snipe is so broken. Because the way that Snipe works is if you freeze something, you deal like 700 damage, but it does a hell of a lot more damage than fragmentation rounds do.
The forest smiles upon your bravery.
Bravery is not an attribute, it is a choice.
girls out there named Elliot and Kyle and Hunter. Wait, what girl is named Kyle? Jocelyn, Brittany, Kimberly, Kelly, Ashley. I don't know about that. Definitely seen a girl named Scout, at least in To Kill a Mockingbird. Beverly and Ashley were originally men's names. I could totally see Ashley, but Beverly kind of surprises me. A dude named Bev seems wild, not gonna lie. Hold on there, Chadwick. You said Kyle, not Kylie. Global, you've known a Kyle that was a lady? Like, legal name was named Kyle? I myself have not encountered any intergendered individuals named Kyle. But there's definitely been a fair share of Taylors. Like, when I was a kid, it seemed like Taylor was more of a girl's name, and now it's transitioned back into being more of a masculine name.
Meet the dreamer.
Oh, dude, this dude's coming back every time? He's a tanky boy.
Not yet.
Morningstar. Wait, did I get the sprinkler? I did. Hits with this weapon have a 5% chance to trigger Molten Shower per 25 strength. Too bad I will not be strength stacking at all. This will be fun to mess with sometime. I've never seen Dead Ringers. Well, no. I was going to make a Dead Ringer joke, but I decided not to. It was their legal name? That's crazy. It almost makes me wonder if their parents wanted a boy and were just like, you know what? We've already got the name picked out. I think it works.
Show us you flow like the sea. Assemble warriors of Pasalio.
Pasalio!
Pasalio smiles upon your fluidity.
Just read that as frailty for a second. I was like, what?
You are welcome in our halls of the dead.
Even the mother of death bears witness.
Oh, Dead Ringers was originally supposed to have an Elliot and a Beverly. Shorb is free. Was expecting more enemies.
The dreamer provides.
Was waiting for nothing. Went from Jeremy Irons playing twins named Elliot and Beverly to Rachel Weisz playing twins named Elliot and Beverly. Sounds like a Scottish name. A large man from the Highlands. I have no idea. Oh, the original movie had Jeremy Irons, and the miniseries had Rachel Weisz. It's a hell of a bold play.
No fear.
Was there blowback for doing something like that? Or pushback? People get up in arms about the weirdest stuff. Like, on one hand, I think people should definitely be free to do whatever the hell they want, but sometimes I'm like, wouldn't your life be easier if you took a step back? But I guess taking a step back is kind of like admitting defeat. That's right, guys. This series of comments is about Snape. Like, I wish people could be fine with the changes and whatnot, but people are not fine. I wonder if part of the goal is to make people hate watch it. Like the Velma series. Oh, Chadwick, I can't do a thick rogue. I am a monk.
Death is not the end. There is always another.
It's me.
The cycle of life continues.
It's more of a different take on the concept of twin gynecologists who are extremely codependent. The gender flip completely changes the story. It's an actually interesting way to do a remake. Oh, okay, that actually sounds a lot more interesting. Because sometimes gender flips don't really matter at all. Or... can't think of a way how to phrase it, because I was going to bring up Alien as a point of that, but then I thought about the whole thing with the child angle, and I guess that could have been very different if the main character was a dude instead. But that might have been written in later. I don't really remember my Alien lore. Should rewatch those movies sometime.
The sea holds many secrets for those who seek.
Was Velma a hate watch series? I think so. All I know is it really pissed off a lot of people. And some people are like, hey, you guys need to stop hate watching this. They might think that it deserves a season 2. And then it got a season 2. I never had any interest in the Velma show, so I couldn't really tell you why it was hate watched. But, oh wait, no, I vaguely remember, like, it changed not just, like, the race of the characters, but so many of their characterizations that people were like, this is nothing like the original series characters at all. In a derogatory way. Because I don't necessarily think it's always bad to have big changes to characters between series or different takes on characters. Like that one idea of Superman being like landing in communist Russia or communist Soviet Union instead, I think is a very interesting take on things. But I don't know, like, I feel like that's a bit of a different situation than what was going on with the Velma stuff. Brother, why is you so fast? He almost got a home run off of my forehead. Stella, you didn't touch it. It looked bad, the Velma stuff. Chadwick, you have no love for Mindy Kaling? You no idea how to spell her name? Neither do I. I just know she's the one girl from The Office, which I didn't really ever watch The Office. I just couldn't get into The Office, which feels weird to me because I was able to enjoy Parks and Rec. Like, I didn't touch Parks and Rec for the longest time because I'm like, yeah, this is too much like The Office, based off like the visual stuff. And I didn't like that The Office is kind of like a mockumentary, but they were very selective with how they wanted it to play like reality. Like, they had people in patentedly ludicrous situations that didn't really make any sense, but they tried to play it as though the cameras weren't there all the time, but they also were there all the time. Whereas I feel like if you're going to do a mockumentary, this is Spinal Tap is probably one of the better ways to do something like that.
The warrior emerges from the
So with all that being said, I don't know why, but that did not bother me at all with Parks and Rec. I feel like maybe because they looked at the camera less? No, that's not right. I don't know. I need to watch and compare the two to really figure out how I feel. In the 80s, Red Sun was a real page turner. Yeah, even though I don't really engage with Superman stuff that much, I would have been really interested in checking out that story. I just didn't really have access to it, but that one always intrigued the hell out of me. Oh, it has a haste aura. I don't have any tamed beasts. That's a spirit gem. I was always curious about that kind of thing. All right, we gotta. No. Chill, baby. Did he kill him? Okay, no. Rat, the only mockumentary that you enjoyed was What We Do in the Shadows, because they never pretend the cameras aren't there. The cameramen even make a few appearances, and also funny vampires. I've heard of that, but I know like virtually nothing about it.
Thank you.
Did I get it? No. Can I not? No, it won't let me. Is it because it's a strongbox monster? Bro, but look how fast he is. Anti-stuns and all this cool stuff. And he's got cute little antlers.
Back, a noteworthy attainment.
It's a very disappointing level up, I have to tell you. What We Do in the Shadows was originally a theater show?
Hinekora has seen you. But now, one final challenge.
Huh? A challenger? Ha ha! Old Yamasi is worthy of Hinekora. Ha ha! Come!
If you serve her, let her witness.
Here comes Yama!
He's cheating.
You are not worthy!
Oh, he's over.
Catch yourself if you can. What is this to me? I see you. Yama sees your soul. Okay. Yama sees you. You. Ah.
You can go up there. Come on.
Step Hinekora. You will one day be welcomed here. Hinekora invites.
Quickly.
I've forged a few fineries. I'll melt it down. Find a use. Go make some legends. Here is the gear. I think I know someone who needs this.
Where to next? Oh, the Isle of Kin.
Ah! This must be the foolish buckaroo. Get over here.
They're mushroom people, but not quite the mushrooms you guys might
Where
be
to?
thinking of.
Hard to port! Land ahoy!
As you wish. Here we are. Be wary here. The kinfolk are a bit... Oh, okay then.
The rest are on.
What this? I accept its power, but not its path.
Now, a Habit Burger's hella overpriced now? What is that? I made some pork teriyaki burgers over the weekend. Delicious. With the prices of everything
Fortune
nowadays,
favors the prepared.
it's only incentivizing me to eat out less and less. We also can't tame the beast in this beast pen, I figured out. I think it's because it has a natural enrage on it.
A senseless waste.
Can't tame the beast, 0 out of 1.5.
This heat. It's overpowering.
More like Path of Exile, 2 out of 10. Habits of Burger Chain. You used to get a full combo meal at lunch for like $5. Then it became 8. Combo was basically 15 tonight. Exactly, bro. And the thing that pisses me off about that is it's not like wages have kept up with the 90s or even thousands prices. Like, pay me a triple what I made back then. I guess I was a child in the 90s, so... triple of nothing is nothing. That's the plan, right?
Blood. I gave them blood.
Didn't find Mr. Beachman, did I? No.
The cruelty spreads. One cage was not enough.
Maybe I should open it regardless.
I am not your enemy. A mining operation, but not the work of these kinfolk.
Rip to everybody who wanted Delve. Why am I shooting these things? I don't need to shoot them. I'm just shooting them because explosions with ice is so nice. Oh, wait. I wonder if when I kill them, they're not breaking armor because I'm using the other weapon set.
This poor soul met a most violent end.
That desync almost got me. Subterfuge mask is pretty good, but not right now, it's not. I think these days, nodes are actually pretty damn good. Increased freeze buildup. What am I thinking? You know, you hate the way they nickel and dime you every step of the way now. One cheese, it's extra. Ranch for fries, extra. Strawberry lemonade, that's extra too. The dye costs a lot. The thing that really pisses me off is when you take something off of an item and then want to put something else on it. They charge you for that extra thing. But it's not like most places will refund or reduce the price for getting something taken off to begin with.
The mighty fall.
Why do you have to have so much armor? Seems we're kind of tanky. Level 52, we got 51. Oh, okay, cool. What kind of, I almost said sandwich, burger do you like to get from there, Meow? Surprised I haven't heard of Habit Burger. I've definitely heard of Whataburger. Or is that the Texas one? I always confuse the Texas regional chain that everybody loves in Texas The California one.
These creatures pay me no mind. Strange behavior indeed.
Wait, well, how come I never tried this? Okay. Does not go in minions. I kind of figured it wouldn't. I wonder how much a Collins heart is. Didn't mean to pick up the armor. Now you understand charging for substitutions. You'd be stuck in drive-through line in the hood, hearing some fool arguing, just replace the pickles with bacon. Okay, I definitely think that is a line going too far for a substitution. I do not think that those are... That does not pass the law of equivalent exchange, you know? But I feel like, hey, I don't want any pickles. Can I have onions? And then like, okay, whatever. And then they give you like a surcharge of 25 cents for onions, but they don't reduce anything for taking off the pickles. That's when I think a place is being scuzzy. I know, I tripped. Here we go. No. Ordered a 35-cent cheeseburger, then tried to turn it into a deluxe sandwich. This is stupid crew talk.
He's truly mad.
Stupid face breakers. Here we go.
2 shells rattling toward oblivion. I'm unable. I'm unable. All things to ash.
Hey, Vic, nice to see you again. How's it going? I keep forgetting to put a jewel on. Where did I want to go next? Oh yeah, the freeze thing. I need to put on my stone charms.
I'm unable. Look out! I cannot.
Damn it, wrong button.
I'm unable.
See ya.
You wrought death and ruin. Now
So how do you guys feel about the whole millennial pub burger thing? Exotic burgers?
This is the final piece. We have succeeded.
One of the best burgers that I had was like a pesto burger. It was so good.
Yes. Welcome.
Without horns, you had a kimchi burger today. That sounds good. It was decent. Oh no.
Survive. Here's the gear I've got.
Perhaps
Farewell.
Yeah, I really enjoyed like pickling cucumbers with some soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, and adding some cabbage to it as a kind of like lettuce substitute almost for like an Asian-y style burger. It also works with tacos too, like Asian style tacos. Like it took me way too late in life to realize just how damn amazing sesame oil was, because I don't think my mother ever used it. And I didn't even really get to college.
Here's the gear I've got.
Or
Here's your gold.
I didn't realize until I went to college just how much I also liked soy sauce.
What can I do for you? Good day.
I think part of the issue was my mom would try to order me food as a kid, and like a lot of the things that she would order, I didn't necessarily want. So I was a little bit scarred and unwilling to try a lot of things. All right, right. Stone. Wait, I don't have a thawing charm? Holy crap. Need a fire charm or lightning. There's a place in Tehachapi that does an ostrich burger? That sounds crazy. So what does that mean, LP? Sorry, you'll have to be a little bit more specific. I wasn't looking at chat while I was doing the menu stuff. Now you thought you hated lots of vegetables because the only way your parents knew how to prepare them was boiling them. Oh, I thought you were going to say steaming. Oh man, boiling is almost worse, isn't it? Do you at least keep the broth with it? There's some vegetables I came to love even more after like roasting them and stuff, like broccoli. Rat, you say boiled broccoli is pretty heat though? Brother, you need to try roasted broccoli. It's a bit of a game changer for real. Alright. It's 5x for... Wait, I thought I got ward. Oh no, spirit. Oh, you can get that on weapons even? Sounds really bad, actually. 74 is the max, for real? Is there even a way to search by ward? Might need to Google. Don't think it's a stat that they have. Oh god, I'm blind as hail. Oh, it's brass dome. Okay, that makes sense. And that requires level 58. So like Scoob. Are they joking? Why are they so expensive? People are buying these? Maybe it requires a crazy item to transform it. Corrupted, I don't care. I said something about the burger thing. What does that mean? I said, how do you all feel about pub burgers? Or... not sure. Uhtred's Crest of the Chalice. Okay. Something's got to be worth the dibs. Wait, what?
All right, your order is registered.
Did I stash the brass stone? What was I doing? It's still in here, isn't it? Oh, I need the exceptional Verisium. How many of those do I even have? Like 10? 4. One to 3. How many did I need? 50? 39? 40? Okay. You could probably profit craft these. I'm not going to worry about that then. I'm poor for having done that. Chadwick, you don't think you've ever eaten a burger at a restaurant that was specifically better than you can make on your own? But that doesn't mean you don't like a burger out in the world. Now you're fine with roasted vegetables, but not otherwise a fan of cooked vegetables? Any in specific or just all of them? Are you gonna die if you get that alpha-gal disease where you can't eat red meat? Saw a story today of another guy who got inflicted with that terrible, terrible disease when he was bitten by a Lone Star tick.
May I entreat?
That's most of the Where to?
So one of my biggest fears, for real. Wait, I didn't pick it up in Strike Island? Gotta go back.
Half sail!
Chadwick, you can't replicate a Burger King double cheeseburger? Would you want to? You just can't. Nor can you replicate a White Castle slider. Are either of those better than what you can make? No, but boy, they're both good. There's something to be said about sometimes something like a crappier option just hitting different and you wanting or craving that. Like, even though I love normal style pizzas, sometimes I won't mind having one of those crappy frozen pizzas. Like, Red Baron, Jack's, Tony's. They're all minions? Oh, what is it? Under aura. Chord. Stella, you're lagging by almost a minute? Okay. Welcome to the present. Did I answer your question, Stella? I feel like I didn't. Like, if you guys couldn't tell by my upbringing, I did not have the most sophisticated palate nor exposure to things that would create such a thing. So I only ever had, like, the most basic white people burgers and stuff. And so it wasn't really until I left the nest that I thought about trying things like teriyaki burgers, pesto burgers, etc. I guess, I mean, I also had, like, pizza burgers as a kid, so it wasn't, like, all that, but nothing quite so artisanal. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay. Elio's is a cheap pizza? I'm trying to remember if I've had... No, I'm thinking of Roma's. I don't think I've had Elio's. It's basically school cafeteria pizza? Oh man, I've not thought about school cafeteria pizza in a long time. Okay, when I was in school, I would get those crappy ass rectangular... Damn it! I was too slow! Sorry, I didn't mean to shout. The crappy ass school cafeteria pizzas, and I would take the nacho cheese that they'd have, and I'd put that on top, and that was kind of like a transformative experience. remember having to ask my mom for an additional quarter so I could get a damn cup of cheese. With that horn says, oh no. And that pizza is so bad, but after a while you just kind of get used to it and can enjoy it for what it is. Kind of like kimchi without horns, right? Brad, I do not want to hear about your food experimentations. I know better. But what is Lucky Trade Day? I can't diss on your waffle pizza sandwich? What do you mean by sandwich? Because honestly, I wouldn't necessarily hate on the idea of a waffle pizza crust. Could potentially see that working, honestly. I'm still upset that I accidentally murdered the Haestora minion. Or enemy. Whatever. Waffles are the bread and the pizza is the interior. See, that just sounds like too much bread. Too much crust for my pizza. You look under your little styrofoam 3-section tray, right? If you had a sticker on it, you could cash it in for a treat of some sort. No, we did not have that. We had real trays that would get, like, power washed. Styrofoam, that just sounds like a huge waste of resources. Here it is. Okay.
I should be able to piece the map together now.
Global, you're rectangular. Oh no, the flat Earth himself. It was thin crust. Were the waffles thin crust? Like maybe if you made it as thin as a waffle cone. You could get a crazy amount of charges for free. I don't know how Hate Forge works with the stone fist thingy. I'd be curious to see that. If you have reusable trays, then you gotta wash them. See, saving money by killing the rectangular earth. I mean, water is cheaper than styrofoam, at least for now. It ain't just a theory, Chadwick. The world is as flat as Kansas, you tell us? Damn, guys, global got no ass.
Yes? Look at that. What have you got there?
You heard it here. Wait, where? Where is Plunder's Point? There it is. Chadwick, it's funny that we eat pizza with crazy bread and get an antipasta with croutons, just doughing it up.
We made it.
I'm on it. Here we are.
Yo, a fiber right off the rip? Oh, I got a, what do you call it? Precursor tablet. Not Grand Spectrum. What the hell am I thinking of? The one that'll let you teleport everywhere. Oh my god. Science has a way of sensing when somebody's going to have a brain fart. It just feels like the synapses are firing but not connecting. It hurts. It's not the embodied labor, it's the living labor where you save your money. No dishwashing means no dishwasher to pay. Well, who the hell's making the food? You just give people more work to do without paying them more. Hashtag capitalism. What the hell is this? Be nice if I knew what the symbol was. Bread really is one of our greatest inventions. Absolutely. It's what we made beer with, essentially.
Farewell.
And beer is what allowed civilization to flourish, essentially.
This should...
That's really good. This might be useful for now. This will be worth more money, I think.
Interesting.
I'm all up. I kind of hate logbooks in Expedition. It's so damn slow and dumb. It's really annoying that this is the mechanic that they put with it. Because if they make us have to do expedition, it's not going to be happy about that. Or at least give us the option to just let the expedition work the old way. Like having to wait for every single wave to spawn is just so slow. Like one step forward, one step back. With GGG a lot. It's a demon. Doomfist. More work, fewer workers, lower pay, same productivity. Yep. The 90s had the best mid music of all time. I don't know the song that you're singing. I don't know it. I don't listen to lyrics very well. I'm a melody listener. Could go for more shock. That might actually be helpful. Yeah. Saved Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. I feel like that might be one of those songs that I would need to hear to place it, because the title doesn't help me. Nothing worth taming. This is exactly why people run loot filters. Hides the trash. That song, 2 seconds into it, you knew what it was, Traffic.
Class does not give up its secrets easily.
Look at how long this expedition was, and I cut it super short, and my build isn't even bad for this part of the game. I guess part of it is we did find a 5-rune thing, which is pretty lucky.
I carry few possessions, and I don't have room for that.
You make them.
Global, I can't care about anything but you.
My knights and I have traveled great distances in pursuit of artifacts. Even here, there are colonies of Kalguran settlers. This far from the Flame's starlight barrier, there are no survivors.
That song's cute.
I found
The Cardigans
a
one.
promising note in a settler's pockets. They'd overheard the island men discussing an ancient artifact. I had my knights gather some nearby island men. They would not speak. We kept them for the night, hoping
And that's actually one of the few songs that I'd be able to place from some of the lyrics and the title. Global, are you trying to fool me?
I'll melt it down. Find a use.
Wait. Yeah, whatever. Level 53. I could get more award stuff. Innsmouth? Reduced max mana, that's kind of rough, but we have max mana rate. I think I might use this. Just the fish head for the lulls. Yeah, there's so many songs from that era you didn't care for but live rent-free in your mind forever. Four Non-Blondes? You don't like that song? Or are you just more of a He-Man version enjoyer? Gloves are full. I could do Greaves. What's my movement speed? 15. Oh man, I did not like my boots. Yo, do we have a 35 or I doubt it? A div. Ain't you know? $77. 10. This is 1. 44. Chadwick, you spent a lot of time at the doctors as a kid, meaning you spent a lot of time in the waiting rooms. Lots of 90s music is burned into your head because of that. My mom liked to listen to a lot of classic rock. So I have a decent amount of exposure to all that stuff from the rock. Because I smelled what he was cooking? No. Why would I use this on? Well, this actually wouldn't be too bad on the helmet. Just might use it for a while. Because I don't lose life, I just gain it. Oh no, it's the body armor, so rip that idea. No, I put it on the wrong boots. That was my problem. I even put the socket on the wrong pair of boots. I have issues. My fire resistance being one of those issues. Chadwick, you know all the lyrics to Savage Gardens I Want to? Do you go to karaoke and rap there, essentially? Rat, you're a big rock fan? One of your favorites is Anastasia by Guns N' Roses. You also like Boulders? The Boulder! Why did punk kids like What's Going On so much? Is this the setup to a joke? It's transgressive, different tone, same spirit. Global, you didn't realize until that moment that Four Non-Blondes were a feminist group, the same way that Chumbawamba was an anarchist group. Kind of got big, and that fact flew under the radar. I didn't know Chumbawamba was filled with anarchists. That's funny. I guess I get knocked down, but I get up again really is an anthem to anarchy, isn't it? Chumbawamba was like, wow, selling out sucks, and went back to not being on a major label. Well, good for them, I guess. Question mark? Bad for them? Bad for their pockets? Good for their morals? Tum Thumper was a political album? Wait, what? I drink some whiskey drink, I drink some vodka drink. Super political. Huh. To be fair, you did say the album, it's just not the vibe that I got from that little bit. So we increased our ward. Ooh, one more level. Then we get our good weapon.
Here is the gear I've got. No harm done.
That Chumbawamba song was kind of like their version of Stuck in the Middle with You. Wait, I don't know what that means. That was a song that was made with the intention of fooling the masses? Oh, really? Wait, what's this Stuck in the Middle with You lore?
Good day. Where to?
I need the yellow paint.
Hard to starboard! Here we are.
The air is still, but something echoed. This order seems unusually well armed.
I am sure your timing is quite remarkable. Together we can witness
The person that wrote it is like, people eat up a song if you sing exactly like Bob Dylan. He ended up being a one-hit wonder.
I must ask that you wait here a time. I shall fetch the first herald. He will know how.
That's weird. I never got into Bob Dylan. It's just not my type of music whatsoever.
What is going on?
But when I went to my college orientation, they're like, "Oh, why are you all here?" And I said, like, "Oh, I just came here to learn as much as I can," or something like that. And then this dude is like, "Oh man, you sound like Bob Dylan." I'm like, okay. I still have no idea what to make of that. Compliment, I guess? I don't know.
Friend, give us the pieces. Come now, think this through.
Oh, can he break it on his own? Angry monkey.
Why did it come to this? We were trying to save you. I will not bow.
Oh my goodness, we just broke 2100 armor with that one shot. This might actually be viable. Well, maybe not so much in the end game. Do I have it on? Okay, I do. That explains it. Wait, my damage doesn't matter. My damage doesn't matter. Mom, Dad, skate better. We'll put another armor demolisher on.
Greetings.
Why did I pick this up?
Oh my! The Twilight Order are up to no good.
Bob Dylan sucks. Bob said Jimmy's version of All Along the Watchtower is the superior version. Hats off to him for recognizing the truth. What? Still, there's a lot of Bob Dylan songs with much better covers. But Global, you're a Bob lover? You understand those who aren't, though? Meow says Bob Dylan was a hack, and Joni Mitchell was calling him out for it back in the 60s. How was he a hack? I feel like I just don't understand that term very well.
mighty fall.
Like, isn't a hack somebody... I feel like that's one of those words that I have a vibe check understanding of it, but I don't actually really know what it means if I were to try to sit down and explain it to somebody
Spells are not
else.
what they appear.
Susie and the Banshees cover of the Passengers straight up better than the Iggy Pop version. I've listened to a bit of the Susie and the Banshees. I kind of like them. Then I also kind of dislike them, so I haven't like listened to their full discography. It's not that I dislike them, it's just that some of their other songs just didn't live up in my mind to the first bits that I'd heard. I don't know, like what genre would you describe Susie and the Bandits or Banshees as? Like punk? It's like the precursor to Visual K almost. George Thorogood's the living embodiment of covers eclipsing their original performers. I have mixed feelings about covers. I feel like a lot of them are pretty bad, although that's probably just many of the ones on YouTube are pretty bad. But some can be really good. I kind of like it when covers are a little bit more transformative. There are some exceptions to that. Like, I am not a fan of Stevie Nicks generally. My mom loved listening to her, which is why I was mentioning that my mom liked to listen to a lot of classic rock. So I know a ton of classic rock. Some of it I like more than others. And long story short, Landslide, the cover of the Stevie Nicks song by the Smashing Pumpkins or Billy Corgan, is one that I really enjoy, surprisingly more than the original. It's like more acoustic and whatnot. Chadwick, you say a hack is a guy who goes for low-hanging fruit. You know, just hitting the notes the public wants in the cheapest way possible. A hack? I could see that. Maybe. It just sounds like somebody has a chip on their shoulder if they're going to accuse them of that. Can you believe this guy? He gives the people what they want. Get a load of that. Who does he think he is, playing music that people actually like and want to hear? Meow, his writing sucked, his guitar playing sucked, his harmonica playing sucked, but everyone acts like he was brilliant. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how I feel about it as well. Part of me wonders if it was just like timeline dependent, but I feel like Simon and Garfunkel are what Bob Dylan believers wish him to be. Or, I don't know. I think I phrased that poorly, but Simon and Garfunkel are like Bob Dylan if Bob Dylan was good. The Chicks cover of Landslide is good. I'll need to listen to that. Anyone else spin up some Du Hast once in a while driving? No, I hate Du Hast. Du Hast. Oh, bro, I didn't even notice those little orbs chasing me around. They really gave me a wave with one little nymphant. Don't think that was worth, but... Prized pain. This actually, it's probably too niche to actually be worth anything. That's pretty much what I thought. Okay. It's thorns. I would have needed it day one for it to be worth anything. Even then, it wouldn't really be worth much.
This design is unlike
Deal with this defiler.
I love this boss, if for no other reason than he don't play, he just jumps and immediately starts swinging. There's no RP to deal with. People are just like, yo, fight, and he's like, I'm fighting. Which, respect, man.
Do not falter.
This is probably why we're not getting anything done. But that's the only reason why I would respect Torvian. This other stuff is garbage. I almost died. Monkey, stop pushing him. Oh, there's another thing over here. Damn it, I screwed up.
Not yet.
Stupid immunity phases. Like, that's not fun. You just have to wait for him to randomly throw a rock. Right, you like Bob Dylan's "Lay Down Your Weary
Scale of
Tune"?
this excavation. Perhaps the Order have found something of use.
Right, don't make fun of me if I'm wrong. But was Bob Dylan the Tambourine Man, or is that Elton John? I don't even know if I like a singular Bob Dylan song. I mean, I feel like statistically there's probably one. Kind of like the Beatles, where I don't really care for their stuff very much. But they've got a few bangers here and there. I don't even think the projectiles that get fired off the armor-broken enemies do anything, but this just feels cool. The sad thing is this is very similar to crossbow builds that I've done in the past. It's just like a slightly different flavor of it. But sometimes that's all you need to just have a lot of fun. Chad Wakuchi wouldn't give to dig up your Winamp playlist from 1998. Winamp. I loved Winamp. I used Winamp for years after it was effectively deprecated. I was like the lone survivor, the holdout of the Winamp.
Your shade cannot stop us. First Herald, deal with them.
As you wish. Cleanse. I will not strike. Divinity holds you in its lie. Let go. free!
Beefy.
So long as divinity disgraces the world, no one is safe. You stand in the way of hope.
It's a lot of DI in this.
Divinity holds you in its lie. Let go.
Come on, Quadrilla, you can make.
Die in a pit of lies.
Oh, God. He almost one-shot me. Do have a lot of ward there.
Bury these fools. We'll bury it all for the Savior.
Please, please take me with you, please.
Another kill stealing.
Wait, I know where they're keeping the beast. Orith, they're in Orith. Please, please forgive me, Makoru, please.
Treason is unforgivable.
Wait, no.
Let the ancestors judge him.
Alright. Time to go make a sandwich while they roleplay.
These murals, they appear to depict the weapon and the beast. Who made these?
The ones that
The
came before.
Quadrilla.
Older than the oldest stories.
Perhaps this is where our quest ends.
Alright, I'm gonna hydrate while they talk.
You've done well. This feels oddly familiar. This will take most of my strength. Stand back. Behold! The might of the Karui!
No! What are you doing?
Taking what is rightfully ours! The Karui will now be stronger than ever before!
You fool! They need the weapon! The world is at stake!
Enough! What? No! Daughter! I will fix this. The Karui way! The weapon.
Alright. Meow, you hate the Grateful Dead. They love tie-dye and acid. Their music is trash, though. Bro, speaking of the Grateful Dead, I was so disappointed in the ending of Freaks and Geeks. Granted, it's not where the story was supposed to end.
I've
But,
forged a few fineries.
what was her name? Lindsay? Lindsay or Lizzie, something like that? Going off to become a deadhead was just super disappointing to me.
I think I know someone who needs this.
That was such a good show, though, for real. Can't believe the boy actually got the girl, and then he was like, you know what? This sucks. I'm not having fun with you. I think we should break up. And she's like, what? I was like, hell yeah. Like, a show that actually, like, kind of shows the ins and outs of what it can be like to have a relationship. And, like, learning more about yourself and, how more pure a crush or unrequited love can be in some ways than actually going through the drudgery of life with somebody that you're not compatible with. Not that I'm speaking from experience, not at all.
Well,
actually, I wonder if that sounds worse or not. Either way.
how can I be of aid?
What am I doing? Oh yeah, we gotta go to Nakamu. But I 1000% agree with Stella there that Cherry Garcia ice cream is amazing. Oh god, Chadwick, my condolences. You went to a wedding in November and was forced to listen to no less than 15 hours of Fish. Honestly, I don't really think I've listened to Fish at all. I just knew a person that would constantly bring them up to the point that I'm like, I'm not gonna ever listen to Fish out of spite because you've annoyed me this much. Which just kind of sounds like your average Fish fan, to be fair. I don't know.
What's your step?
Rat, you're back with the sandwich. Did you miss anything? Nope. You just did the right thing during all that RP.
The fever has taken them, and mercy is all that remains.
That dude can rip a run real quick. I feel like he hits harder.
Even the land of his tribe he tramples without thought.
Yeah, I hit it all the way over there. Okay. We did it. Okay. Global, you would describe speaking to a Fish fan as being cornered. That is a little bit too accurate. This will be a cursed comment, but I feel like Fish and Tool fans are a little bit similar in that regard. What do I do? What was I doing? All right, right. At least Tool is cool. I did not diss Tool. I just said that the fans of Tool are similar to Fish fans. If y'all are going to get huffy about it, you're just actually proving my point. Checkmate.
What can I do for you? Good day.
Tool fans cornering you and reading an essay to you. I know that Rat is trolling. Alright, I picked that up. Was there anything else that I needed to equip? Damn, that's actually pretty good. Damn, dude, he is pretty good. We took the helmet, boots. We have boots upgrade. Really just the belt. Oh yeah, I meant to look at this, didn't I? Oh no, I did. Did I look at Empire? Oh, I did not look at Empire's Grasp. I meant to. Alright, knockback direction is reversed. Becomes... Attack damage with hits is lucky while you're surrounded. Knockback is still reversed. The surrounded thing is interesting if you're using, what do you call it? Constricting command, which allows you to get surrounded with fewer enemies total. But I don't know if the lack of defenses is worth it. Maybe the global increase to evasion and energy shield would be good enough? Oh, wait. No, just armor and ward. Oh, duh. Nah, screw it. We have enough of these. It's level 65. I wasn't paying attention to that. We've essentially bricked it. Probably not worth. Okay. Lateralis and Anima are fantastic albums. Stella, for the record, Tool is fine, and anyone can write an essay on themes. Stella did the Chainsaw Man thing. Where's Logos? Logos isn't coming to the streams anymore because I timed him out for saying some ridiculous bullcrap, and then he got butthurt about it. And then the next day he said, "What? I was just following along with what everybody else said. I don't understand why you timed me out." I'm like, "That's not what happened." And he's like, "Okay, I don't want to argue about it." But I've got receipts. He says he doesn't want to argue about it, but he didn't really give me a chance to explain other than saying that his version of events was not historically accurate. But I mean, I was getting pretty tired of how often I was having to warn the dude to stop trying to rage bait poorly.
Back to the soil.
And me timing him out was just kind of enforcing the boundaries that I have set. Which is sad, because I mean, we played Night Rain and stuff together. Don't think it had to be that serious, just stopping an asshat sometimes. Yo, this is silly. Holy crap.
Deeper than I feared.
Now you say dumb crap all the time. Thanks for not timing you out.
Not made by hands.
There's a difference between like the frequency and the severity of it. Like even you called Logos out for saying stupid crap, and then I told you to be nice to him, and then I was like, well, you don't have to be nice, but you just have to not be mean about it. Well, I tried to avoid one explosion by jumping into the other. That's funny. Yeah, he's not rage baiting all the time, Meow. Dumb stuff does not equal being a troll, true. And speaking of dumb stuff, like, Rat is about 80% dumb stuff poster and like 20% crap poster, and that's fine, you know? But when that ratio is reversed, it gets a little bit old. But surprisingly enough, Rat still sticks around for as much as I rib him. The bonds of playing Destiny together, I guess. You know, Rat, when I was playing Saros, it just kind of made me miss a lot of the gunplay from Destiny. And a lot of the weapons. I really think the pirate sidearm that I used all the damn time, the one that would jolt, that's going to leave a lasting impression on me in terms of like how a weapon should feel in terms of being badass and whatnot. Which, I mean, that was a sidearm. It wasn't even meant to be a super badass weapon like that. But it just was. It was built different.
Hate defines us all.
Volt shot on the Season of Plunder sidearm, bro. That's probably, unironically, maybe my favorite weapon in like all of FPSs. The family that Destiny's together. You don't know how to make this funny. They don't stay together if they have children. Destiny's Child? I don't know. The family that Destiny's together, Jay's together. That's a terrible Jay-Z joke. You're welcome. Like, it's so terrible. The whole reason why I said it was to inflict the psychic damage on you guys a little bit. Okay, I don't have to fight any side things here. Okay, we got the Abyss. Cool. Right, even with the power creep, you still go back and play around with the older weapons, like IS Luna with Headstone? Oh, really? I never liked using IS Luna. I wanted to do it. I just didn't like hand cannons very much in that game.
All this blood on Tabakai's hands. This has to end.
Like, what's the Vault of Glass badass weapon? The Time Lost hand cannon? That was about the only hand cannon that I kind of liked. But it had been kind of power crept. Even the one that I got, like the artifact power or whatnot, whatever it's called. I guess the Time Lost one. Like the updated Time Lost one. Yeah, Fatebringer, exactly. Yeah, part of me is unironically scared to go back and play Destiny, because, like, what if my favorite weapons have just been completely power crept? Like that sidearm. Makes me wonder if, like, the builds that I liked wouldn't work anymore either. It'd probably be fine. I could probably find other stuff that I'd like. But honestly, with the studio essentially getting sunset, it's like, why should I go out of my way to support it when it just dead on arrival? Although, to be fair, I think if they kept going with Destiny 2 specifically, that it probably still wasn't going to come back. But I kind of also prefer my lasting memories of D2 being positive. But you probably feel the same way about the Pantheon. But yeah, man, going from the Pantheon 1 straight into the final shape, it was a little bit grindy with all the events that they did like right beforehand to try to get everybody back into the game. But it worked, and it was a lot of fun. And most importantly, I got that jet black shader that I'll never use again. Oh, I had this a while ago. When did that happen? I was more worried about my equipment. Global, I could play Marathon with you? I could. The issue is I hate the art style of Marathon. I think that game looks like dookie. My condolences to everybody who does like that art style, but for me it's just a hard no. I feel like I can only really play one kind of time-sinking MMO at a time. And for now, Path of Exile 2 has been filling a lot of that niche. RIP into 07 to Ashes of Creation, though. What a sad turn of events that turned out to be. Evil blood boils.
Meet the dreamer.
Was Herald of Thunder meant to take off armor break? That might be the interaction that I'm missing.
This is a Cardui matter. Where is Makoru? As we speak, the ancestors heal her. Enough!
Rat, your last post in the content creation was art inspired by Marathon. It's fine. Which is not for me.
Remember this day. If you survive!
But I'm sure other people on the server enjoyed it, like Global or Xionis. Actually, I don't know how Xionis feels about Marathon.
I must be stronger.
Can't bring myself next to the door because sometimes you can get soft lock when he shouts. Global, kidding, not kidding. You're not a huge fan of extraction shooters, as it turns out. That's the other part of Marathon. Like, maybe if there's something more to it, but I don't. Like, it just doesn't appeal to me, sadly.
I am the true Nakula McCoy.
This guy is the real McCoy. You heard it here.
Your head is mine. Weakness becomes you.
Oh, he's done. Brother, why are you still trying to fight me? Am I a Wipeout fan? The television show? I'm only thinking of Wave Race. Oh, the F-Zero, like, racing series? I typically don't really play racing games. Like, the only racing game that I really played as a kid was Mario Kart.
What have I done?
It is over, Tabakai.
Please, can you heal her?
I believe so, but we have to move quickly.
Global Wipeout was otherworldly to you as a kid? Chadwick knows what's up. What system was that for? Was that N64? Oh, actually, another racing game that I did really enjoy, well, the demo of it, was Too Extreme for the PS1. It was kind of like... Oh, what other game was like it?
Father!
Can't think of what it's called, when you just beat the crap out of each other when you're going downhill.
Forgive me, daughter.
You have my...
We made it.
The Countess leads the...
Alright, the campaign is finished for now. Sorry I didn't really go through the whole story with you guys. So now we are heading into the interlude acts, which are just like a supplementary bits of content
How can I...
to transition the player into the end game while they work on adding acts 5 and 6 into the
I'll
game.
note it down. Find a use. No harm done.
Few games give the same sense of speed. F-Zero GX for GameCube is maybe the only racer that feels as fast as Wipeout. Too Extreme, then the X Games game, which used the same engine and was literally the same game, just different levels. What was the X game? SSX, right? There was something like Too Extreme before that game came out, but I can't remember what it was called. Wipeout seems so quintessentially Japanese, yet it is as British as Bangers and MASH. Okay.
What have you learned? To walk on.
Without horns, Wipeout's the only racer that you really like?
There is some.
Yeah, I just kind of missed Wipeout completely as a kid. Oh no, if I do this, I'm gonna have to do like 2.5 zones. Oh well. The fields are on fire again? I thought they turned that off or down because of tanking performance. Maybe the fires aren't spreading, I don't know. Can't see no enemies. Trees and crap. Global Wipeout determines how much of your taste. The designers are really famous for making a lot of warp records. Artists record covers and stuff. It inspired your taste is more like it. When you get Aphex Twins doing any part of your soundtrack, bruh. Or isn't it Apex? I don't know. I didn't go the right way. Thought I was at the end of the stage. I was not.
A temporary truce then. This one dies first.
Your fate will be as one.
Where's the other one?
Mind of ruin! Frozen solid. Incinerate!
Got him. Oh, that is one of the smoothest ways I've ever beaten those two. The problem with Aphex Twins is that I've listened to them in passing, and I've enjoyed what they've gotten, but I just don't remember what it is. They're kind of like Slow Dive for me in that regard. Which might make it sound like I don't like it, but I actually do. I'm just... Couldn't tell you a track name other than the album name of Souvlaki, which is not by them. I like how Jonathan, one of the game directors for Path of Exile 2, was saying that he finally played a bad build. It was the wolf build, and he got to this map and got skill issued. He was like, Mark, what's wrong? And Mark's like, oh, your gear is fine. Your supports could use work. But other than that, you should be fine to go through this. And he pretty much just said skill issue without saying skill issue. And I'm like, you guys don't test bad builds? Then how are you going to know what it's going to be like for a player that gets stuck? The messed up thing is that 2 Chaos are worth less than 3 Exalts right now. Prices are so strange. Beginning of the league. I'm gonna go with Chaos regardless because I'm probably not gonna spend it. A little bit of lag.
The dreamer provides. The mighty fall.
Wait, didn't we have 2 of them? Oh, I didn't go for the other one. Or did I? I don't even remember. What am I doing? I was like, what's that giant green monster? It was my monster. I know what you mean, Chadwick. I feel like I'm kind of that way, where I just don't really volunteer a lot of information. I guess, like, the weird thing is, to me, I feel like I've lived a pretty relatively boring life. But there's definitely a lot of interesting experiences that I've had. And I just kind of keep it to myself. Which I do share a little bit more when I'm streaming, but I feel like I still have like a lot of dead space. Part of me is pretty envious of the people who can just yap about anything, where they kind of don't have a filter and just talk for a great deal of their stream. Stella, you wish you were better at that? Once you start going, you're like, oh, I think I said more than you meant to. Yeah, I think I'm just a naturally pretty reserved person. I think partially just from like not really getting along with my family as a kid, not really wanting to interact with them. And so sharing a lot just wasn't... I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Wasn't rewarding, I guess, in many ways. Which isn't to say that, like, my mom didn't try and stuff. Like, she'd ask me about my day all the time, and I'd be like, it's fine. Trying to think if it's like, do I just not want to go through the effort of explaining the day? I feel like a lot of it is just mundane and like, who really cares? I don't know. Yeah. Adding, just being a little bit more naturally reserved as a personality trait, plus doing work where it requires keeping things a little bit muted as well. Makes a person not super willing to share, I guess. I don't know. It's not necessarily a bad thing either. Right, where do I go next? I should probably start thinking about defenses a little bit, but who wants to do that in a video game? Not really evasion stacking. Oh yeah, I guess I'm doing more ward stuff than evasion. That's weird. Well, evasion would go well with ward. I just... wonder how the upper echelon of a ward build looks like defensively. Oh wait, is this new? More free stuff? The crit stuff. I think these blind nodes, where are they? These ones are pretty good. I need to be crit stacking already. Actually, AoE might be the way to go. Without horns, you're the same? Global, you'd make for a horrible spy. Just blurt out everything. Yapping is fun. Without horns for you, it's more like you can't ever think of anything that happened over the day, no matter what happened. Chadwick, you're a born yapper. You will talk with a bum on a bench or the president of Burundi. Doesn't matter. I don't know. For me, it just kind of like depends on the topic. I feel like I can't yap about daily stuff. But more specific topics I could talk at length about. But I just kind of also don't like sharing what my likes are. I kind of like them being private. Like, part of me feels uncomfortable even talking this much about music with you guys. Oh yeah, I have to go talk to Una. I guess, like, likes about certain things. I don't really mind talking about my likes for video games. I don't know why I feel so differently about music. I guess it's more specifically music. Because I'll talk with people about movies or literature and stuff as well. I feel like music is just so much more subjective. It's either like, this slaps, this sucks. And there's like no objective thing to critique. You're like, oh man, I can't believe they use the cymbals here. Or I can't believe they use this type of electric guitar over another one. Like, that just, it doesn't really work that way. I guess unless you're looking at a cover or comparison that way. Whereas like, for the story in a novel or a television show or a movie, you could be like, this part sucks for this reason. And then you can have like a little bit more of a back and forth about why you like or dislike something. Rat, you enjoy talking, but you can't do it one-sided. The other person needs to talk as well. Doesn't like talking to a wall. Trying to think if I talk to anybody in a one-sided fashion. I feel like I'm more the recipient. Well, wait, I should definitely take that back. I talk to chat in a one-sided fashion, don't I? I mean, obviously we have interactions, but I've got to keep the ball rolling. How silly of me.
Till next time.
Did I talk to her? Yeah, okay.
Welcome.
Oh no, I screwed up. I didn't do the thing right. Okay. I didn't talk to her at the stones. I did that last time. Just zoned out. She takes too long to show up. I don't remember if I have to talk to her after she does her yapping. Nope. Okay, now we're good.
It worked. They will guide you.
It is done.
That horns when you talk, you rant. What gets you ranting and raving?
This place resembles the wild. At least what I've heard of.
It's been so much nicer getting so many more artifices, orbs, and runes and stuff this playthrough for real. If they don't make that go core, it's gonna suck when 1.0 comes out. We're mana ramping, Rat. Oh yeah, Rat, how has magic been going for you? Have you been doing that a lot on your free time, so to speak? Or maybe you're on your not so free time? Your free time when you're not exactly free? As much as I love Magic the Gathering, it kind of died for me when they did all the Universes Beyond stuff. Like, the moment I tried to play online Commander only for somebody to put freaking Gandalf the White onto the table, I'm like, this isn't Magic anymore. I don't want to play here anymore. Okay, what am I doing? I know it's not this way. That horns you have a straight thought, then you have a 40-minute diatribe about some niche nerdy topic. Now you like throwing your stray thoughts at chat, making you all discuss them? Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like I am not the best self-starter for stuff like this. I'm a better reactor than an actor. Maybe I should say instigator.
What was sealed now opens.
Rat, in between watches, you play with some shipmates. The only reason why you got any crossover cards was so you can say, I swing for lethal with Pinkie Pie. Ugh. Like a child who ate a bunch of sugar. That's what you were like, Stella? Chadwick, you return what you're given. You manage energy pretty easily. Being able to tell when to shush is a newer skill of yours, though. Ah, that's the real tough one. Knowing when to shush. Wait, what the hell? I got doubly wronged. Do they need to have fewer dead ends like that? At least not without a reward or something at the end.
Lack the will.
Eternal Hearts are one of the few enemies that actually scare me. They're the dudes with the big shields, because if you hit the shield with a projectile, they'll... Whoa, how do we freeze him? It'll get bounced back. I wonder if those projectiles don't have any fallout. Unique wand, staff, spear, crossbow, or unique bow. Don't know what the best return on investment would be. I feel like unique staffs aren't that great. Spears maybe? Or bows? There's no way we would get a Last Lament. Not at this map level. I feel like it doesn't matter what we pick. I looked at chat and totally got hit by that dude.
The mighty fall.
Which one is this gun? Silver Tongue. Arrows fork. All arrows pierce after forking? Plus 5% crit chance. Yo. That might be interesting. If it gets upgraded. Because its base damage is kind of crap. For anything other than the campaign. There's an MLP set? Wait, what is that? Oh. For Magic. Stella, you're incredibly annoying to get into a conversation with because once you start, you get incredibly tangenty. Sounds like my sister. And then my sister gets upset if I interrupt her, but I'm like, brother, sister. If I don't interrupt you, I don't get to speak. And so sometimes I have to do gestures to try to convey that, hey, I would like to have a turn to speak. Or wrap it the hell up. I'm tired of talking to you.
Back to the soil.
You know, you don't know when to shut up. You just get too stoned to type. Chad would call you overly effusive. I'm sure that's the exact way that people would describe you. That guy, he's a cool dude, but he's overly effusive. Meow, you took a class about selling auto repairs to customers. They heavily emphasized matching people's energy. There was also a Scientology recruitment thing. Wait, are you saying that the auto repair class is run by Scientology folks, or just that Scientology folk did that to get people to join? Yeah, code switching is very important for a number of things. Commonly used word, effusive. It's not terribly uncommon, but I feel like in that kind of context it is. Unless you're just being sarcastic, but you didn't use the millennial sarcasm text.
This feels familiar.
We swore our oaths to the first ones, beneath the same stars.
Nope,
that
Chuck
lit their
Testa. It
hunt.
wasn't that guy that came alive, it's these guys. Alright, if you kill those two of them at different times, you kind of get the Ornstein and Smo effect, where the other one will consume the other and get powered up as a result. That's kind of why I waited for them to walk together before I started attacking like that. Isn't overly effusive redundant? I don't necessarily think so, because you could be effusive, but it isn't necessarily to the point of being a flaw. So I feel like having Overly there works well enough. Right, since I'm enjoying the character and the chat for now, I'm going to continue on a little bit longer. Now they had all this good advice about running your business. Then at the end they hit you with, you should read Dianetics. We got some other programs if you like that. Oh, okay, so they were Scientologists. Well, it sounded like it was working for them. You like it to the cut of their jib. Chadwick can be quite complimentary. Not everybody deals with that well. I kind of feel awkward with a lot of compliments as well. I don't know. I feel like they have to be... I don't know. I guess I'll just leave it there. I'm too tsundere for compliments. Oh yeah, I was doing AoEs. Start looking at all the paperwork. It's got Elrond's name all over it. That's messed up. So yeah, code switching and stuff is very important. I was gonna joke that Chadwick must be a Libra if he's always about balancing his energy to everybody else. It's been a little while since I've made fun of astrology.
To the soil.
I like how that dude has a haste aura and he's still that damn slow. That's amazing. Dale Carnegie. I did read How to Win Friends and Influence People. It was on the Commandant's reading list, I think. Or maybe I just read it while I was in, because I was on duty and had nothing better to do. And I had put off reading that book for years because I kind of just hated the title of it. Like, it sounded way too manipulative for my liking. But it's actually a lot less scuzzy than it sounds. It's more like, hey, if you want people to like you, you should be interested in what people have to say, because people are cool and they like sharing things that they're interested in. And if you let people share things that they're interested in with you, then they'll like you more. It's like, hey, just be a decent person. Also, did you know that people like their names? Make sure to learn somebody's name and refer to them by their right name. It was a lot more tame than I was expecting. Master Manipulator Pro Tag. the book has helped me out. Like, one of the things that it effectively helped me realize with styles of communication is that quite often, oh damn it, quite often people are more concerned about being right than persuading people to join their side or whatnot. And so you can have a lot more traction getting somebody to agree with you and whatnot. I've not been using these with this character. By empathizing with what they're saying, stating what they're saying, essentially, kind of like reflexive listening, but a little bit fairer about it. And then saying, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Have you considered doing this instead? So that way your person that you're interacting with understands that you are listening to them and you're not being confrontational. It sounds like you're more working along with them to come up with different ways of doing things. And that has been quite useful for me to have as a technique in dealing with people that are a little bit, what's the word? Confrontational, that's the word. Confrontational when presented with things that challenge them. How to Win Friends, it's the handbook for being a smart master. It effing works. Yes and no. I feel like it can't, the information within it can be used poorly, but at the core of the book, it isn't, it's not like the American Psycho handbook like I thought it was. Like how to blend in and try to be a human without arousing suspicion. What the hell? Where's the door? Wait, this is the courtyard? No, 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 it's not. Not dealt with this layout. Here we go. Feeling a little bit of lag there, that's weird. Make him think it's his idea? That's something like that, a little bit. Meow, when you were a kid, your grandpa gave you a book called How to Torture Your Friends. It's filled like silly logic puzzles. It's as close to self-help as you got. Chadwick, you're a Leo's Leo, baby. Your feelings are easily hurt, but boy, you want folks to know they're great if you think they're great. Stella, you have a low opinion of self-help books in general, and you also like 90% of them are cult or cult adjacent. I can totally agree with that. I also have a low opinion of self-help books. Like, what's the one that kind of got popular more recently? That's a rhetorical question. The Art of How to Not Give a Shit, I think, is the title of the book. And my guys, reading the book at all is a failure of step one. What the hell are you doing? Oh, he's a demon. Oh. God, I almost died. Okay, no, we have the word. I have like 400 extra health. I just don't like seeing my life go that low, which is a little bit ironic, because my other build has my life going low all the damn time. If you read that book, then find other people trying to use those techniques on you. It does tip some red flags, though. It's like, I know what you're doing, stop it. It can be that way. It depends, like, you can... If you understand the point of that book, though, you can definitely intuit whether somebody's doing it nefariously or they're being genuine. And I think that's kind of the biggest thing that I'd want to impress upon you guys as well. Because, like I said, I was put off by the title of it for years because it sounded so manipulative. It sounded like the Narcissist's Handbook, but I was pleasantly surprised to see that that really wasn't the case. And it did actually have some relevant info for me. But to be fair, like, a lot of people are pretty bad at intuiting stuff like that. And I feel like that's a whole other issue that can't really be easily resolved. There's a If Books Could Kill episode about that one? Wait, which one? The Art of Not Giving a Poop? Okay, yeah. Oh, I misread it. Okay. Or misremembered the title of it. Yeah, after I said it, I was like, is it that or the other one? It was the other one. You don't know if there's one about the Carnegie book? I'll need to look into that. Wait, which one is it? If Books Could Kill. Sounds like an interesting series. Better pick that up. I don't need it. There is for both of them? It's okay. I'm very curious about what their take is on the Carnegie book. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of personal stories about Dale frickin' Carnegie of all people. It's one of those things where it's like, separate the art from the artist, I suppose. Which feels like it can be really tough to do sometimes. Especially nowadays when we can learn way too much about people. Like, Key and Peele had a skit about that, I think, where it's like, nowadays we know so much about athletes. We could be shouting athletes' names for the stuff that they do in their personal life. And luckily enough, I don't really remember names very well. It's like shouting some basketball player's name as some dude abuses his wife.
The dance of death and vanity. How grotesque.
Right for death! Right for death! Darkness fly! I cannot.
That was amazing.
Esamir is free.
Guys, I think the build is working.
Influence at last.
Seems like New Age and Neo-Stoicism. Oh, that stuff is like really bad. Yeah, when somebody's into like Stoicism nowadays, I'm like, I have to give them a bit of a side eye. I'm like, is this just a person that likes philosophy, or they going down some pipelines? Global, when somebody's doing the solid snake technique, grumbling. Wait, what? Repeating what somebody said back to them as a question. It depends. Like, I haven't really played the Metal Gear games, and I don't know how Himbo Kojimbo deals with it, so I can't really speak to that. But it's a technique that's employed most commonly in psychology and like psychiatry. It's called reflexive listening. And part of what the goal of doing that is in psychology is that it shows your patient that you are actively listening to them, and you aren't necessarily judging them, so it allows them to open up a little bit more freely. Now, with that being said, there's definitely a lot of bad shrinks out there who will perhaps do the reflexive part a little bit too strongly, and they just kind of repeat what you're saying back to you without really absorbing it. And so that can feel very patronizing. And that's kind of one thing that's always just ticked me off, is when I can tell somebody's being patronizing. Oh yeah, and that actually reminded me of a point that I wanted to bring back up a moment ago. But got distracted by the game and just the banter with the chat in general. It's that...
You said now.
I don't remember when I brought it up in the stream. It wasn't tonight. It was a bunch of weeks back by this point. But growing up in a rougher area has given me some like life experiences that I've definitely taken for granted. And as a result of that, and like getting those kind of interpersonal interactions and seeing how people just react to each other in general in rougher areas, you just kind of get better at reading people. And a lot of people just can't read body language very well or understand like a lot of the intricacies in spoken language and stuff, which is kind of crazy to me. And of course, like some of it is just some people have more or less aptitudes naturally, but then others are just brought up in an environment where that's as important to be able to read situations. And so in some ways I'm kind of grateful for where and when I grew up, but with that being said, I've definitely missed opportunities for other stuff as well. So yeah, don't really know how to tie that all back into the Dale Carnegie stuff, other than you can kind of tell when somebody's fronting, hopefully. Maybe you guys can't, but I'm not sure I can explain it any better than that. Chadwick reflexive listening does get people to open up. The mirroring move is surprisingly effective. Yeah, if you're genuine with it, but if you're not, well, I guess, you know, some people might not be the best at reading that. So yeah, just being patronized, or if you can tell that somebody's going through the motions, that can be really rough. Like, time to spring a little bit of a too real story for you guys. So, when I want to be a little bit vague. I don't think there's a really good way for me to be vague about this. But I also kind of want to parse through how I'm feeling about it as I'm going through this. Which I know, like, me talking so, like, circling around this subject so much kind of feels like I'm hyping it up a bit, which I'm not trying to do. Anyway, I should just stop doing that. So, when I was in the Corps, a person whom I went to school with, like military school with, well, hold on, that's another thing. Job military school with, ended up killing himself a little bit after my school group had hit the fleet, which means like going out into like your main unit permanently, essentially. Well, permanently in a military context, at least. And our first sergeant had heard the news and like told it to us. And he's like, okay, if you guys want to talk about it, you can come see me in my office. And so my friend, who was the fire team leader of the Marine who'd killed himself, went to go see the first sergeant and like wanted to just kind of like, I don't know, parse through it, because I mean, that's not a common experience, you know. And so I talked to my friend later that day and was like, yeah, First Sergeant really didn't give a damn. You could tell that he was just saying that crap because he had to. And that is in many ways more frustrating than the First Sergeant offering nothing at all because it was disingenuine. Whereas the whole situation is just kind of messed up to begin with. And so, like, adding that on top of it just adds, like, another layer of bitter resentment in my friend for the institution of the Marine Corps. So sorry for bringing, like, a really heavy story into it. But, yeah. I tend to not like talking about my military service just because it's kind of personal in a way. And like, I feel like a lot of it isn't super relevant or what's relatable to people who haven't done military service. So for me, like, saying stuff like a first sergeant to civilians, like, I remember what it's like being a civilian, not really knowing anything about the military, doesn't really mean much. So, like, a first sergeant is somebody that's, like, trying to think. He would be like a manager's manager at a boss site, essentially. Well, there's a couple. He's like your manager's manager's manager. And he's like the last link in the chain that would go to corporate, essentially. It was corporate being like the officers, essentially, which, and commissioned officers, which are kind of like military corporate. And then enlisted personnel are more like your floor workers, if this analogy makes any sense. But anyway. Chadwick, you were walking the other day. A dude hassled you for looking at a house. You're learning a lot about people with your daily walks and interactions. Without horns, thanks for breaking that down. Yeah, you're welcome. I know how vague and impenetrable that stuff can be, for sure. So, yeah. Wish I could think of a better way to end the stream, but we're pretty well over time, but I wanted to at least finish off that topic before ending, and we've also finished this interlude act. So tomorrow on stream, we will do the final 2 interludes. This should be pretty quick, especially with the power of this character, surprisingly. And then we'll start doing a little bit of mapping. I don't know how much mapping I'll do with this character, like how much I'll push him on stream. Maybe I'll do Pinnacle stuff. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So thank you all for watching tonight. I appreciate it. And hopefully I'll catch you all on the next one at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual. So until then, take care, stay safe. Last Protagonist out.